he said, "Are those accordions on your pajamas?" And she said, "No, they're warp drives." And that's what they are. They're warp drives.
Oh, they were warp drives.
Yeah, if you just think back to any warp engine, they're all like tall. They look like the little bug, the bug zappers. We used to put in the backyard. Like they look like those without the nets around them. You know what I'm saying? So she had a bunch of those on her shirt. So nah, sorry, bro. I don't think Star Trek and Star Wars are collaborating.
Look. Listen, I didn't think it was a collaboration either. But then there was another like scene where they were walking down a corridor. And then they had like a signage or something up, and it said Star Wars on it, like they was doing it, like they was doing. Like, go back and watch the episode. I'm not saying.
I believe you.
I'm not saying that Star Trek has done what Aliens and Predator have done and combined their universes. I'm not saying that's happening, but I wouldn't be surprised because it is happening all over. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to start that.
All right. Well, guys, if you don't mind, if at any point in time something comes in your mind and you want to discuss it, if even right now you're like, look, I came here because I want to talk about this. Don't let me like completely just dominate here. But I did prepare a few notes so that we could discuss a few things. First of all, for me, this kind of showed me that Starfleet Academy, obviously, as we already knew before we started, is unlike any other Starfleet show that we've seen thus far. As a matter of fact, I went ahead and likened it to, what did I put in my notes? I said, this is like, Star Trek is like Saved by the Bell meets Police Academy meets Revenge of the Nerds meets Star Trek. All right. And what I mean by that is like, when you see like, it's Saved by the Bell because it's young kids and they're in school, man. And it's, oh my God, they're even roommates. And we see them shower and they did the usual flex. You always get to see. Star Trek is low-key, and Zyla, you can attest to this, is low-key good for giving you skin. They'll give you some skin.
They're gonna do it.
They'll give you some skin.
Back
Did you
to Kirk.
Even with
and his shirt slashed in a mock time. They're gonna give you some skin.
Let me ask you, Zyla, from a young lady standpoint,
yes.
is that a necessity to keep your interest when you get to see a full screen of your boy? You know what I mean? Like, and
I'm not gonna lie, it keeps me a little bit. I won't lie. I enjoy it. I won't pretend like I don't. Like, okay. I mean, but I think as long as it's not, the central plot, like, right. I don't mind that shit. Yeah. And I do think they very much, I was watching it and I was like, I'm the target demographic right now. But I was like, I don't know if everyone's a target demographic for this, because it was very school. It was very teen angst or like young adult angst, the romances and all of that. And I know that's what a lot of people were worried about it becoming. And so I understand if it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but me watching it, I'm not gonna lie, my cup of tea is like they could combine my interests, like young adult, like angst and romance and like enemies to lovers and all that with Star Trek. Like, it's a dream come true. I'm not gonna lie. So I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it, man. Yeah, they did, because if you listen, there's so many Star Trek shows out there, but one of the ones that went a little hard with the skin was the least watched one, which was Enterprise. Enterprise had this thing called a decon chamber before the Enterprise, before they was advanced enough to just step off the transporter and just go back into the ship. They had to go through this thing where they detoxified themselves from all of the chemicals they had on the planet